So while watching the Wendy Williams show early this morning, I shouldn't say while watching because I was just listening to the audio. I was at work. She let it be known that Charlemagne reached out to her last night, which I thought was interesting since Charlemagne said he hasn't talked to Wendy in a while on the Breakfast Club hours ago. But I guess he meant like actually talk. So that's fair. Wendy said a couple of people reached out to her last night. But the important thing is Charlemagne was one of them. He wanted to sit down and have dinner. And I love that. I love it because Charlemagne always said how, great Wendy is, as a mentor and all the things that they had planned together. And he always said his issue was with her husband. But he understood that she wasn't going to side with him. She was going to side with her husband. So there was nothing that he could really do. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and also new ASMR video up. And that's why I just feel like enough is enough, or enough was enough. I'm glad that Wendy left. I'm glad that she got out. And now Charlemagne can go and tell his truth. He went on his show earlier this morning and let it, not all out, but let a nice portion of the information that we were wondering about out. He let us know that, hey, Wendy's husband, as he kept saying, told him, fired him because Shakina, whatever her name is, Nikki, the supposed side piece, well, I guess not side piece anymore, but at the time side piece, Kelvin was upset that Nikki was talking to Wax. And we know who Wax is. Wax actually works over there at Power as well. And Charlemagne was just like, it makes no sense. I'm getting in trouble, yelled at for this. And then Nikki kind of was upset at Charlemagne too. And it was just a whole lot. And Charlemagne talked about Avion Crawford, who I guess is a singer. And he was letting it be known that Kelvin, because we don't call him Kevin, Kelvin actually put the moves on him multiple times. The first time, it wasn't even warranted. And then after, I guess maybe it happened a couple more times after that. So whether he's gay or bisexual, don't care. All that matters is there was multiple layers of infidelity. And how Avion was also backing up Charlemagne's conversation about the reason why over the summer last year that information resurfaced about, years ago when Charlemagne had to deal with the fact that he had a party, and at the party, a girl was saying that she was raped. She never said it was Charlemagne. That was never the issue. The issue was that it was a party that Charlemagne hosted, so he was, of course, caught up in it. And so even though Charlemagne did acknowledge that, yes, this was what was being reported, but most importantly, they did the rape kit, made my DNA. My DNA wasn't on there, but I did host the party, so I had to deal with the consequences of that. Now it's being said that Kelvin was the one who orchestrated that, and him and some of, I guess, the other Wendy, allegedly, Wendy team staffers. There's been a couple of change-ups with the staff, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's people who no longer works there. Kind of corroborated and sent out that story to the blogs so that the blogs could go after Charlemagne, and it's just a mess. So it makes even more sense why Charlemagne despises him, and Charlemagne has always stood by the fact that he's like, that man is or was abusive to Wendy, whether it was verbal, even in some cases physical, and so he was just always disgusted with that man. And he also said that Kelvin had a complex, and when I say complex, I mean he was one of those people where his wife was the star, but he wanted to be the star as well, but it wasn't Wendy Williams Hunter, it was Wendy Williams. And so it kind of makes sense why, remember at one point when Wendy was also trying to let it be known or tell us about she's Wendy Hunter, Wendy Williams Hunter, whatever. Clearly that came from him. And it's just now more than ever, you realize how much of an impact this guy had on her. And it's all gross, it's all nasty. But listen to The Breakfast Club and Charlemagne's full explanation, because he gave Kelvin Donkey of the Day, and so he really goes in. I mean, he talked for like 10 minutes. It was really good. So go and check that out.